2% Social Security increase across the board for every Social Security recipient. That's what's being pushed. If you take a look at this, Congressman Amo and Larson urged support for Social Security reform. They were just seen at a senior center.
That's a win-win. Supporting people, ensuring that they thrive, investing in our local economy. We are going to get this work done.
I'll play the full video clip of that. Also, Larson pushing for more Social Security reform, expansion, and increasing benefits in Congress.
That Social Security for generations has been the single most important income support program in America and has lifted millions upon millions of seniors out of poverty. Is that true?
I'll play the full video clip of that as well and give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. So Congressman Amo and Larson to urge support for Social Security reform. We'll look at this one too. Congressman Gabe Amo hosts discussion on Social Security at East Providence Senior Center. So basically, Gabe Amo and Representative John Larson were talking to seniors, pushing the Social Security 2100 Act, which would give a few big increases. I'll let you know what that is in a moment. Take a look at this clip.
Rhode Island Congressman Gabe Amo was in East Providence today, highlighting legislation that would expand Social Security benefits for millions of Americans. The event touting the bill was at the East Providence Senior Center. The Social Security 2100 Act would also protect the essential earned benefits for people across the country.
That's a win-win. Supporting people, ensuring that they thrive, investing in our local economy. We are going to get this work done.
At the event, the congressman also forcefully advocated against the recently proposed Republican Study Committee budget, which Amo says would slash benefits for 74% of Rhode Islanders.
So they are both pushing the Social Security 2100 Act. Take a look at the bill right here. I'm not going to go through all of it, but it increases and expands 12 essential benefits. But just the top two, increases benefits 2% across the board for all Social Security beneficiaries for the first time in 52 years, and then also improves the cost of living adjustment. So it'll be an increased COLA by converting it to the CPIE. So that's just two things, but that would be a guaranteed increase for every Social Security recipient. Also, Representative Larson in Congress again talking about the need to increase Social Security. Take a look at this clip.
Ranking Member Larson, I thank you, and I wonder if you would submit yourself to a few questions. The first question I have is, and we heard it tonight, we heard it, the statement that the assertion that Social Security for generations has been the single most important income support program in America and has lifted millions upon millions of seniors out of poverty. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Well, we've also heard talk about this Republican Study Committee, which is a group of 80% of the Republicans here in the United States House of Representatives, and it's a committee that came up with a proposal about Social Security to raise the retirement age and require seniors to continue working into their senior years. Is that true?
Not only is it true, but I think what the general public needs to understand, and as you point out, Mr. Cartwright, the saying goes like this: well, you know, people are living longer, so therefore, because they're living longer, what we ought to do is raise the age. What the study committee doesn't tell you is that for every year you raise the age, that's a 7% cut in benefits. Oh, so if you raise the age to 70, that's a 21% cut in your benefits going forward. How is it, from just mere logic, that if you're living longer, you need to live on 21% less? The American people understand this, and that's why they're so upset. But that's why, Mr. Cartwright, we need a vote.
Well, one final question for you, Ranking Member Larson. This idea of raising the retirement age, and as you've explained very well, which constitutes a cut in benefits for every year they raise it, economists have worked it out, how much that's going to cost out of the Social Security system. Their plan is to raise the retirement age and cut Social Security benefits by $1.5 trillion with a T. That's what happens when you raise the retirement age to 69 the way they want to do. Is that right?
That is correct. And I guess the sad thing is that this needs a vote. It needs a debate. Philosophically, if you believe, and God bless, some on the other side do, believe that this is some form of socialism and that everybody ought to be able to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps and be able to make do for themselves. You don't need the government to do anything for you, even when you've paid in all your life to a program that has been the greatest American program to sustain our elderly and to sustain our children. If you disagree with that, that's terrific, but let's then take that to the American people. And where do you do that? On the floor of the House of Representatives, where you actually will debate the issue and put forward your proposals versus ours. Isn't that the way democracy is supposed to work, Mr. Cartwright?
You got that right, Ranking Member Larson, and thank you for answering my questions. Tonight, I'm here to speak on behalf of 191,000 people from northeastern Pennsylvania who depend on Social Security checks coming in to keep them alive. Probably over 40% of them look to those checks as the only visible means of support that they have. And now the Republican Study Committee's FY25 proposal comes along and talks about raising the retirement age to 69. You know, that's fine if like us, you fly a desk for a living. But if you do what so many Americans do, the people who paid in paycheck after paycheck after paycheck into this sacred promise, this insurance program, FICA, if you do what they do, they have to lift and climb and carry and dig. And these are the people doing manual labor, and they're expected to work well into their senior years, according to the Republican Study Committee. Folks, this is a breach of a promise. It is a betrayal of the Americans who paid into this system their entire work lives. It's unacceptable. And it's something that the Republicans have done year in and year out. Remember when in 2006 it was that they were proposing privatizing the entire Social Security system, saying, well, that will free people up to invest their money in the stock market. And then what happened to the stock market a couple of years later? It cratered. People would have lost their entire life savings, and there would have been no checks of any nature coming into their post office boxes. Folks, the answer is not cutting benefits. The answer is Social Security 2100, Mr. Larson's bill, something that I have proudly supported for over 10 years now. This bill would increase benefits by 2% of all Social Security beneficiaries for the first time in 52 years. It would eliminate the WEP, which hurts policemen, firemen, prison correctional officers, all sorts of public employees. Rather than cutting benefits, Representative Larson and the Democratic Party have a plan to protect and enhance Social Security. It's a plan to put people over politics and make good on our promise to put American seniors first and pass Social Security 2100. Mr. Larson, I yield back to you.
What are your thoughts on what Representative Larson has to say? Agree, disagree? Seems to be a lot more hearings going on now that it's an election year, but we want to see some action being taken. Anyways, that is all the news that I have for today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, it's Bella tip of the day. I want to tell you the one thing that you should do. Do the things that scare you the most, because after you do that, you become a better person. Bye.
If you want to see the latest hearing in Congress about Social Security disability, which just happened a couple of days ago, you're not going to want to miss this. Right up here, Senator Sheldon gives a good speech there about Social Security. So click that video now, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.